Hello fellow travelers! So in this video I just have some quick general tips for traveling. These are things that I do that work for me. Some of them might work for you as well. Some of them might not. That is fine as well. But these are just things that I have thought of that might help you on your travels. So the first item that I have is making sure that you are copying your travel documents, so such as your flight information, your passport, your driver's license, even your credit cards. So that way, if for some reason you lose them, you have copies. I always take one copy with me. It's usually in a safe hiding spot. That way if I lose the actuals, I still have all those copies with me. And then I also leave a copy at home with someone that I trust. So that way if for some reason I lose both of my copies, or if I lose my copy and I'm not able to get back to my suitcase, I can contact them and they have all of that information for me. So that is one important thing, is to make copies of those documents. Then going to the airport, obviously make sure you have enough time. Make sure if you have the refillable water bottles, you're not filling those up until you get through security. You're not going to be able to have any food or drinks through security, so I wouldn't buy anything at those front little stands unless you know you have time if you're sitting down and eating. Otherwise, just wait, go through security, then you can buy all of your stuff. That's not a problem. For me personally, when I go to the airport, I actually wear all of my bulkiest items that day. So travel day for me, I wear my bulkiest items. That's a little bit, I wouldn't say controversial, but I mean, opinions are there. Some people say you want to have your quick off shoes and things, and you don't want to have your jackets, and so that you can get through security faster. For me personally, I would rather be there ahead of time, be able to go through security. I'm usually wearing my tennis shoes. If I'm taking jeans, which I am a jeans girl, so I usually take at least one pair of jeans. I'll wear my jeans that day. If I am bringing along a sweatshirt or something like that, I will have my sweatshirt with me. If you watched one of my other videos where I have the compact coat, I don't wear that. That's to me not bulky because you're compacted in that. But it's the big things that I will actually wear those items because then my suitcase is actually smaller. So A, it weighs less, and B, it is actually, since I use the backpack as my suitcase, it is a lot more compact because I'm not having those bulky items. And then once I get to the places, then I can put those items into my suitcase and worry about the bulk. But while I'm flying, then I don't have the bulky items in my suitcase. I'm actually wearing those. So that's just one thing that I make sure that I do. So anything bulky, tennis shoes, jeans, all of that stuff. That is what I'm wearing on the airline. Now you have to make sure that you're comfortable with that. For me, tennis shoes and jeans, I'm super comfortable on that. So that's why I can wear that on the plane. But yes. Then also know the names of the hostel you're staying at. Now once you've stayed at a hostel, or if you're not at that hostel, don't worry about knowing that name right then. But if you are in the city that you're staying, know that hostel name. That way, especially for what I'm filming right now, we're going as a large group. If you get lost, you can always get pointed in the direction of your hostel and make it back to the hostel. So you might not be able to find your group right away, but you have that home location. So always know at least the name of your hostel. With that, I bring snacks with me. So I tend to not eat a lot in general. I'm more of a snack throughout the day type of person, and snacks can get costly when you're traveling. So I tend to buy snacks in bulk at like Sam's Club or something like that. Some of my go-tos are the little packages of trail mix, or fruit chews, or beef jerky strips, though those are iffy depending on where you're going if you can take the beef jerky. So just be aware of that. But so I try to do little snacks like that. In the past, I would scatter them through my luggage. Now I just kind of combine them all in one place. That way security, if they need to look through it, they can just grab it all in one place and look through it. At one point I did have a poor security person have to check every single little package. I felt so bad. So there is that to weigh against, but for me personally, I would rather buy the snacks here, take them with me, and then I don't have to buy as much food over there, which can get expensive. With that being said, if it's the case that your snacks are going to bump you to overpacking, maybe lose the snacks or lose a pair of jeans or something like that. So you don't want to overpack. You think, and I've always thought this, and I still do it even with my condensed packing, you think you're going to wear more than you actually are going to wear. I am a true, okay, I'm not a true minimalist. I am a in-between minimalist when I'm traveling. So I don't pack too much. I rewear things. But I still end up usually packing 1 or 2 shirts that I end up not wearing. With that, I usually take, so this is a 3-week trip. For me, it's a 2-week trip for most of the people in my group. So with the 2-week trip, I'm just going to put it in the 2-week trip, I would usually take somewhere between 10 and 11 shirts. That might even be pushing it. But yeah, probably, yeah, 10 to 11 shirts, because you're going to, at least for me, again, I rewear shirts. I rewear things. It depends on my activity level of that day that I've worn it before. For me, going on the 3-week trip, I might go anywhere closer to like the 14 shirts or something like that. But again, I don't take it all. When it comes to my pants, I usually take a pair of jeans that I wear on the flight. Then I might take a pair of jean shorts. Otherwise, I've been starting to buy more and more of the lighter fabric clothing. So then I might take 2 pairs of those types of shorts, and then 2 pairs of the lighter fabric pants, or possibly a skirt and a pair of pants if I think that we're going to go somewhere a little bit nicer. If I'm traveling on my own, I usually don't wear the skirt because I'm not going to go anywhere usually that needs a skirt or needs for me to dress up. But that's just who I am. I don't normally dress up when I travel. But if you do, go for it. It also depends on what size of bag you're taking. For me, I'm taking the backpack. So I need to condense everything down into that. If you're taking a bigger suitcase, then you can pack a little bit more. Again, it's just your preference. When you are packing, though, one thing that will help you is if you roll your clothes. It sounds like it's not going to help. It sounds like that would be the worst thing ever, but trust me, it does. I can actually get those 4 pairs of pants and those 10 shirts in a packing cube that's about this big. So that is one feature that is really, really nice, is to roll your clothes, and you can get a lot more into your suitcase than you think. Another suggestion, and I haven't actually had to do this until now, but I will do it for this next trip, is I will be taking pictures of my medications, which mine are mainly allergy medications, because I'm not going to take the actual bottles with me. I'm going to take a pill kit. So I'm going to take pictures of those medications so that if there is any problem, that I have all of that information with me as well. So that is an option for you. And then the last thing I have right now, I'm sure there's a ton of other things, and if you have questions, please feel free to message me. I can try to answer them. I might have made the mistake in the past that gives me that answer. That's how I learn a lot of these things. But yeah, so this is the last thing that I have for this video. And for most of the people going on the trip right now, it's not going to be a big issue. But for someone like me, it's a little bit more of an issue, and it's only started this way in the past couple of years. So it is the security of photos and social media. So for someone like me, I used to take the photos that day, and then I would upload some on social media every single night. You guys would be able to follow along with my trip, all that good stuff. I have since not been doing that as much, and that is just for security reasons, because if people know I'm gone, then they know I'm gone. So I will look at that. I will definitely post pictures afterwards. I might post a few here and there, at least have the privacy setting to friends only, so that only friends can see that, because then the friends that I have on my social media platforms, I trust those. And so that is something to think about. Again, for most of the people traveling, it's probably not going to be a big deal. When I lived with other people, it wasn't a big deal because they were still at home. But now I just have to be a little bit more cautious of that. So that's something to think about. Also, if you're a parent watching this and their kid is coming on the trip with us, then that's something to talk to them about too. Whether you're comfortable with them posting that or not. And so that's just something to have a conversation about, something to think about. Again, for me, things have changed, and so that is what I'm doing myself right now. Like I said, if you have any questions or comments, please just let me know, and safe travels. Bye!